Today we're gonna find out how this featherweight UCI illegal build handles in the real world. We've got 100 miles of bad decisions ahead of us to see how durable, comfortable, and logical it is to ride a proper weight weenie bike on actual rides. This is the first ride I've ever done on this bike. Three things I'm most concerned with: the overall fit of this bike, the reality of these wheels on proper roads, and the comfort of this saddle. That's the biggest. 20 miles in, we're getting to know each other, we're getting in a bit of a groove, feels good. The one thing I've noticed is that this thing is not twitchy, it's not ultra responsive. It likes to go straight and fast. It's like a rideable dart. Some of that might be due to the excessive stem length, but I'm not a bike fitter. Oh great, now it's starting to rain. Let us know in the comments below. All right, there's a few upgrades I did to this before the first ride. Just gotta figure out what they are. Critical was switching the tires. Those weigh-in tires had no protective layer. I was not about to risk it. So we went tubeless. Panaracer Race Devo 700 by 28. One thing that is interesting though is this bike has clearance for much more. How much turbo have that thing? Turbo? The other was these pedals, which didn't come in time for the weigh-in. Luckily I didn't need them, but they would have saved 63 grams. Cool. The road gets a little aggressive up here, so we'll see how these wheels handle with some unfavorable conditions. Oh boy. Oh. Tight. These are not made for this. Okay. One thing about this saddle is if this bike ever falls over, this saddle is gonna shatter into a million pieces. And my only hope is that happens while I'm at home and not while I'm in the middle of some long ride, like today. I asked Instagram what I should name this bike. I think at this point the top runner is Larry, but I actually want to know what you think. Let me know, we gotta name this thing. The name with the most likes will claim it, so you better make it good. Larry, huh? Shipping a bike shouldn't feel like solving a puzzle. But if you've ever tried, you know the struggle is real. Ridiculous shipping fees, confusing packing requirements, and the crippling fear, knowing our bike might not make it in one piece. It's frustrating, it's overwhelming, and while it often is, it doesn't have to be this hard. Enter bike flights. They're actually cyclists. Like, they know what a derailleur is. They're a team of bike shipping experts supporting your shipment from door to door. And they've shipped over 1.5 million bikes. So they're qualified. And their mission to make shipping bikes as easy as riding them. Woo! Thank you for that. Step 1, go to bikeflights.com. Step 2, book your shipment in minutes. Time. Step 3, get your bike packed, picked up, and safely delivered without the stress. And if you need a box, they've got you covered. Honestly, it's brilliant. It goes from this to this. It's been a long time since I've been this excited about 3-ply corrugated cardboard. Save up to 40% on shipping with the best protection for your bike. Hit the link down below and let's get your bike to where it needs to go. Woo! Minus the headache. This moment is awesome. I just keep thinking about how adding these ultralight parts on your bike and then going into these remote locations just elevates the risk factor that much more. And it's like, is it necessary? Like, if I break a spoke out here, there's no high-end bike shop, there's not even cell signal. And that would mean a long, horrible walk in shoes that are not designed to walk in. The new shoes are all filthy. But boy, does it like to climb. This thing descends surprisingly well, although I have to admit, it feels a little weird descending on a bike that's just so light. There's something about the confidence of having like a thing of substance underneath you. This thing's so light, it just takes a minute for me to get to trust it, actually. This thing winds up so quick. There's nothing to absorb all that energy. Everything's so stiff, light, and efficient. What you put in, you get out. I got a little caught up in the whole lightweight thing, and I ended up getting some new shoes to go with this bike. They're the Giro Empire SLs. They're crazy light. They look amazing, but they're super narrow. So if you've got wide feet, they're not for you. But if you've got sweaty, narrow feet, they're perfect. They're like riding with wicker baskets that look cool and are made out of high Teflon. I've already made them disgusting by rambling off in places I shouldn't have, so I don't know, maybe nice things aren't good for me. Hey, remember, just because your bike likes to climb doesn't mean you have to. Crosswind on the wheels, could be worse. Oh, these wet turns are freaking me out a bit. That ought to be good. Hey Matthew, based off of my ridiculous outfit, how far do you think I've ridden my bike so far today?
I'm gonna say you've been riding 10 miles.
Mile 78. This stem might be a little too long for me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to get a little fracked out. You're on a ride and you're finding yourself having a hard time because you're focusing on the numbers a little too much. This is a little trick that can help sort of trick the mind. You just put the map view on your head unit, and then all you're doing is just following a line, opposed to like doing the math on how long is left and how many climbs and whatever. You're just gonna ride until you're there. Having the map on the head unit kind of helps smooth that over. Definitely on the smooth over mode right now. My fanny pack is hanging on by a thread. I hope that thing doesn't break because it's gonna be hard as hell to carry if it does. Cornering, check. While there is the ever-present fear about the durability of these wheels, it's slightly overridden by how beautiful they are. I just love looking at them. Those hubs, gorgeous.
Okay.
Well, it didn't break, but now I have to decide if this is the kind of bike that I actually want to keep riding. The whole weight-weenie thing is a little ridiculous to me. I tend to prioritize function, access, and style when I build bikes. I'm curious, what do you prioritize most when building a bike? But don't get me wrong, I love a light bike. I've just never gone out of my way to make a bike as light as I can before. With that said, I was skeptical about how this thing was actually going to handle over the long haul. And actually, it did surprisingly well. There was a bit of a learning curve in the beginning, but after a couple dozen hours, it was fine. I had my reservations about these wheels, but they did prove me wrong. They climb amazing, they look awesome, they handle themselves in the descents, and over some chattery, questionable terrain, they did fine. I wouldn't put these on an all-road bike, and I do think that the rim width is a little bit skinny, but on this light, racy ride, it actually is fine. And the price is the only other thing. Like, they're expensive because they're insane. Okay, the saddle. I know you're dying to know. I don't know if it's the years of being a bike messenger or my lack of emotional intelligence, but this thing was actually, it was fine. Surprised the hell out of me. I would say the biggest culprit was the stem is just a little too long, so I feel it back here, but everything else, But I do want to say that a build like this is 100% unnecessary. It's overpriced, it's underweight, and I don't think it gave me that much of a competitive edge. And that's one of the things that I actually like about cycling, is it's ridiculousness, it's over-the-topness. It's super fun to try and ride a crazy rig like this, but rest assured, it's not something that anyone has to aspire to. A mid-level anything is gonna do just as good for a fraction of the cost, which is just kind of cool to know. Like, it's fun to have the crazy thing, but it's not necessary.
And the ride by the numbers?
6 hours, 36 minutes rolling time. That's how long it takes to get used to that bike. 102 miles, felt longer, and 6,491 feet of elevation. That's where it balances out there. If you're curious about what kind of repair, supply, bike maintenance things I bring on a ride like this, I'm gonna make that video for channel members. But if you wanna know how I ended up with this crazy thing, well, that video is right here. And it was a very stressful experience. I almost lost it. There was other people involved. It was a thing.